Everything the H1 can do, the H2 can do most of it. All right, the H1's a beast. It'll climb a 22-inch wall, but the H2, it'll climb a 16-inch wall. And everything the H2 does, the H3 can do identically. And that's what we're getting ready to do right here. Is we're going to climb up over this wall. Now, at this point in time, I'm in 4 high open, which is your everyday dry pavement driving mode. 4 high locked is for slippy situations, snow and ice, sand, mud, gravel, but it's really effective on rain slick roads. If there's enough water on the highway that you're afraid that you're going to hydroplane, you can go into this up to 45 mile an hour as you're driving. If you're over 45, this light will flash for 10 seconds. It'll give you time to slow down to get into it. Until you actually use it in that situation, you are really not going to understand how much more control it gives you. 4 low lock, that's your off-road mode. You got to be stopped. Gear shift in neutral, you dial it in, it's done. It's all electronic, no messing with the wheel hubs outside, no levers to throw inside. Now, all 4 wheel hubs are geared, and the gearing in the wheel hubs actually doubles the torque from the engine to the wheel in 4 low lock. In 4 high open, this engine's putting out 415 foot-pounds of torque. In 4 low lock, it's putting out 830. I'm going to turn the air down just for a second so we can listen to the engine, because it's not even going to break a sweat. It's just effortless for it. Now, our track was built to Hummer specs, and by Hummer specs I mean the Hummer's approach, breakover, and departure angles, which are the highest of any production four-wheel drive vehicle on the planet. That means you can bring a Range Rover in here, a Land Cruiser, Pathfinder, Jeep, Toyota FJ. I really don't care what it is. If it makes it up over the wall, it stops right here, because their front end's going to catch and their back end's going to catch. A little more air here. And our track, you know, it doesn't look that impressive when you're walking around a lot. It looks like part of the landscape. But that's only until you get on it. This is a 60-degree vertical slope. And when you're on it and you look out the windshield, you got nothing but sky and a big balloon up there. Behind us, there's nothing but rocks. Now right here, we're getting ready to get down the same slope we just came up, and at the bottom is a V-notch where it comes right back up. After we're done, if you want to walk over here and walk through this V-notch, you're going to wonder how the vehicle could even fit in there. But it's all got to do with the approach and departure angles I was telling you about. If you look at the ones over on the pad, the approach angle goes from the bottom of the front bumper to the tire, and the departure angles from the bottom of the back bumper to the tire. It always looks like it's going to eat these rocks right here, but it never does. Now, your H2 will traverse 16 inches of water at 20 miles an hour and 24 inches of water at 5 miles an hour. But even if you got stuck in water up to here and the doors outside, the doors are all triple sealed. The water is not going to come in the cabin with you. And what lets it do the deep water is the fact that the transmission and the transfer case are both completely sealed. You ready?
Ready. More fishies.
Okay, and we can open the door. You can see how deep the water is here. Now, right here, we're getting ready to come out on dry pavement, so I'm going to put it back into 4 high open. If you recall, I said that 4 low lock doubles the torque from the engine to the wheel. And if you're driving on pavement in 4 low lock, the wheels are just turning with so much force that you're going to wind up erasing the tread on your tires. Now, over on this side, we're going to step down the same wall that we climbed up back there and shift it into 4 low lock. Okay, this is a 40-degree side slope right here. I didn't see what you drove in, but if you could get it in here and get it on this side slope, right now it would be on its roof. And what lets the Hummer sit like this is the fact that it's, the wide track of the wheels, the long wheelbase, and the fact that the wheels are out to the corners of the vehicle. Now you feel it rocking, that's because we're on two wheels here. If you wanted to, you could get out, walk around back, you could push on the back bumper and rock this thing up and down. And what it would show you is how rigid the framework is. It's what's called a fully boxed ladder type frame. Typical car truck frames are a C-channel, shaped like a C, open on one side. This is a full box the whole way around. And what it means to you is there's no torsional twisting in the body. And where that's important is where the off-road, where the terrain's uneven. A while back I had a fellow come in, he told me about an off-road rally he went to, and he said there was somewhere around 60 to 80 four-wheel drive vehicles at the rally, and they were all going down the trail one behind the other, and they came to this ravine and went down in and came right back up. He said the problem was, it's kind of like that V-notch back there, the problem was that it went down in at one angle. When it came back up, it was almost the opposite angle. And he said every non-Hummer vehicle that went through the ravine, the torsional stress on their bodies was so great, their side glasses just shattered and fell out. It cannot happen in a Hummer. As a matter of fact, if this body were torqued at all right now, I wouldn't even be able to open this door, let alone close it again. And now here I've got one more thing to show you. Off to our left as we're backing up, you're going to see three sets of rollers. I'm going to pull onto them, and I'm going to show you what this can do with traction just to one wheel. Shift into four-low lock. Now, if you listen, you're going to hear the wheels spinning. Okay, there's also a slight clicking noise coming from underneath the dash. And what that is the traction control. The computer's identifying the three wheels that are spinning. It is applying the brakes. It's going to stop those wheels dead, and it will send all the torque to the wheel with the traction back here. And it wouldn't matter if that was the wheel with the traction or that or that. We've got it set up like this for the simple reason that we want to demonstrate our locking rear differential. Okay, in a Hummer, in an H2, you got two choices. You can either just use the traction control, or you can lock the rear two axles together so both wheels spin at the same speed. And once that's engaged, I just step on the gas and we're up and over. As long as you got traction on one wheel in a Hummer, you're going to continue to move forward or backwards, whichever direction you're trying to go in. Now, this was supposed to be the same 40-degree side slope as the other side over here. For some reason, it came out to be a little more than 45. And the weird thing is, if you read the owner's manual, it'll tell you 40 is the maximum. Well, obviously 40 is not the maximum, and 45 is not the maximum. And I don't particularly want to find out what it is. I just know it's not one of those two.